Most people who drive past this place never slow down. From the road, it's nothing more than a quiet, gray metal building sitting behind a line of trees. No grand entrance, no expensive stonework, nothing that says, "There's something special here." But one afternoon, a visitor finally asked the owner if they could see the inside. They found soaring vaulted ceilings, warm timber beams, sunlight pouring through walls of glass, and a kitchen that looked like it belonged inside a luxury farmhouse. And then came the biggest surprise of all. Hidden around the corner was a private courtyard, completely invisible from the road. The entire home had been built for around $120,000. So how does a simple metal building become a home like this without a luxury home budget? Today, we're walking through every corner to find out. Before we step inside, welcome to Barndo Dreams, where every week we uncover incredible Barndominium designs, real construction costs, and the design ideas that make these homes unforgettable. If that's your kind of content, hit subscribe, tap like, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new build. Now, let's open that door. The first surprise isn't inside the house, it's standing right here in the driveway. Most people expect a home with an interior like this to announce itself from the outside. Stone columns, massive windows, fancy roof lines. This one does the exact opposite. The exterior stays quiet. A simple steel shell, a clean gable roof, very little decoration. At first, it almost feels underwhelming, but that wasn't a compromise. It was part of the plan. Instead of spending thousands of dollars making the outside look expensive, the owners saved that money for the spaces they would actually live in every day. Then they made one design decision that changed everything. Instead of building a simple rectangle, they bent the entire house into an L shape. From the street, you barely notice it. But once you walk around the corner, the reason becomes obvious. That single turn creates a hidden courtyard protected from the road, the wind, and neighboring properties. Nearly every major room opens toward that private outdoor space through oversized windows and sliding glass doors, filling the home with natural light while creating a level of privacy that a traditional layout simply can't match. And believe it or not, that clever layout is one of the biggest reasons this home feels so much more expensive than it actually is. But the floor plan is only half the story. The real mystery is how they managed to build it for just $120,000. Here's where most people get the story completely wrong. When they hear $120,000 Barndominium, they picture a bare steel shell with unfinished walls and concrete floors. That's not what happened here. Every dollar was treated like it had a job. Instead of building bigger, the owners built smarter. The footprint stays between 1,200 and 1,400 square feet, large enough to feel comfortable, but small enough that every room earns its place. There are no oversized hallways, no unused formal spaces, nothing that quietly drains the budget. Then they look for savings where most homeowners never do. Some of the finishing work, painting, flooring, and cabinet installation, was completed by the owners themselves. Those decisions didn't just save money. They freed up thousands of dollars for the features people actually noticed the moment they walked through the front door. But perhaps the biggest advantage was something most visitors never even think about. Because this is a steel-frame Barndominium, there are no interior load-bearing walls dictating the layout. That open structure gave the designers complete freedom to create wide, flowing living spaces without spending extra money on complicated framing. Of course, every budget has its trade-offs. Reaching a number like $120,000 usually means keeping the foundation simple, avoiding complex roof lines, and making careful decisions about where to spend and where to save. In higher-cost regions, or if every step is handled by a general contractor, the final price can climb much higher. But standing here today, looking around this home, it's hard to believe any of those compromises were ever made. And that's beside. Now let's actually walk through the door. The moment you cross the threshold, the ceiling is the first thing that grabs you. Where the exterior gave nothing away, the interior opens up into a vaulted great room with exposed structural beams left intentionally visible. A signature move in Barndo design that turns what would normally be hidden framing into the home's main design feature. The flooring here is polished concrete, which has become something of a hallmark finish in 2026 Barndominium interiors. It's durable, it's radiant heat compatible, and it keeps costs down compared to hardwood across a large open area. all while reinforcing that industrial meets cozy look the whole style is built around. Layered over that hard, cool surface are warm textiles. A large area rug, linen curtains, and wood-toned furniture, which is exactly the kind of contrast that keeps a big open room from feeling cold or empty. This year's dominant interior language for barndominiums has been described by designers as refined rustic, steel structure and concrete floors paired with softer, warmer touches like matte black fixtures, quartz countertops, and designer lighting fixtures that wouldn't look out of place in a downtown loft. This home leans into exactly that combination, and it's a big part of why the interior feels so much more expensive than the price tag suggests. The kitchen sits along the long wing of the L, positioned so it faces both the great room and the courtyard windows, meaning whoever's cooking never loses the view or the connection to the rest of the house. A large island anchors the space, doing triple duty as prep space, casual seating, and the visual divider between kitchen and living room, without a single wall breaking up the sightline. Cabinetry here runs in a two-tone finish, dark lower cabinets paired with lighter uppers, a detail that's shown up again and again in Barndo kitchens this year, because it grounds the space visually while still keeping the room feeling bright. Open shelving on one end adds a bit of personality, without the added cost of full custom millwork throughout. What makes this kitchen worth talking about is restraint. The homeowners didn't try to cram in every trend at once. They picked a handful of higher impact upgrades, the island, the lighting, the countertop material, and kept the rest simple. That's a strategy worth remembering if you're planning your own build. Spend where your eyes land first, and save on the details nobody notices. Following the L around the corner takes you into the shorter wing of the home where the bedrooms live. This is one of the biggest practical advantages of an L-shaped layout. It naturally separates public and private space without needing extra hallways or doors to do it. The great room and kitchen stay open and social, while the bedroom wing tucks around the bend, buffered from noise and foot traffic. The primary suite sits at the end of this wing, with a window package that faces away from the entry and toward that private courtyard we mentioned earlier. So even though this is a compact home, the primary bedroom gets a quiet, almost resort-like view instead of staring at a driveway. The attached bathroom keeps things efficient, a walk-in shower instead of a separate tub and shower combo, which saves both plumbing costs and square footage while still feeling like an upgrade. A second bedroom shares the wing, sized to function as a guest room, home office, or nursery, depending on what stage of life the owners are in. A flexibility that's become a defining trait of Barndo layouts in 2026, where homeowners are increasingly designing rooms to evolve with their needs rather than locking each space into a single fixed purpose. Let's talk about how a home this size manages to feel this spacious, because that's really the trick behind every great Barndo tour. First, there's vertical volume. Vaulted ceilings in the great room add perceived square footage without adding a single dollar to the foundation or roof footprint. You're borrowing height instead of paying for width. Second, the L shape itself is doing a lot of the heavy lifting. By bending the floor plan around a courtyard instead of building outward in a straight line, the home creates the feeling of two distinct outdoor rooms, the courtyard and the open yard beyond it, without the cost of adding covered porches on every side. Third, this build avoids one of the most common mistakes in small Barndo design: wasted hallway space. Because the bedroom wing branches directly off the great room at the bend of the L, there's no long central corridor eating up square footage that could otherwise be living space. Every hallway you eliminate is essentially free square footage returned to a room that actually gets used. And finally, multi-use furniture and open shelving throughout the home reduce the need for extra storage rooms or closets, keeping the footprint tight without making the home feel cluttered or cramped. Beyond the aesthetics, there are genuine, practical reasons barndominiums have become such a popular housing option going into 2026. The steel frame construction is durable and low maintenance compared to traditional wood frame homes, often standing up better to wind, fire, and pests. Because there are no load-bearing interior walls, homeowners have far more flexibility to reconfigure a floor plan down the road if their needs change, something that's genuinely difficult in a conventional stick-built house. Barndominiums also tend to be more energy efficient than people expect, provided insulation is handled properly during the build, and many owners find their utility costs comparable to or lower than a traditional home of similar size. And in many rural and semi-rural markets, barndominiums are holding or increasing their resale value, particularly as demand grows for spacious, distinctive homes outside of dense suburban developments. Single-story, one-level layouts like this L-shaped design also carry a quieter, long-term benefit: accessibility. No stairs to navigate means this home works just as well as a forever home as it does a starter home. A detail more 2026 floor plans are being designed around from day one. There's also a tech angle worth mentioning. Because barndominiums are new build construction from the ground up, homeowners have the rare opportunity to wire in smart home systems before the walls even close, rather than retrofitting them later at a premium. Lighting, HVAC, and security control from a single app or voice assistant have shifted from a luxury add-on to something closer to a standard expectation in 2026 builds. And this home is no exception. Smart switches and app-controlled thermostats are tucked in throughout, invisible until you actually need them, which fits the whole philosophy of this build. Spend on what improves daily life. Skip what's just for show. Now, before you get too inspired and start sketching your own L-shaped floor plan, let's talk about where builds like this one go wrong for other people, because the mistakes are just as important as the wins. Mistake number 1: pricing the kit and assuming that's the total cost. A kit price only covers the shell, the steel frame, siding, and roof. It does not include your foundation, utilities, insulation, drywall, flooring, cabinets, fixtures, appliances, permits, or land costs. Treating a kit quote as your full budget is the single most common way people blow past their number. Mistake number 2: underestimating site work. Grading, driveways, septic systems, wells, and utility hookups can add tens of thousands of dollars before construction on the home itself even begins. And it's easy to forget these costs when you're focused on picking countertops and lighting fixtures. Mistake number 3: adding unnecessary corners and roof lines. Complex shapes look impressive, but every additional angle, valley, and offset adds real structural cost. The L shape in this home works because it's still relatively simple: 2 straight wings meeting at a single bend, rather than a sprawling, multi-wing design that would have eaten into the finished budget. Mistake number 4: skimping on insulation to save money up front. It's one of the few places where cutting corners costs you far more over the life of the home, through higher energy bills and reduced comfort. And mistake number 5: not planning for how the home will be used 5 or 10 years down the road. Flexible rooms, like that second bedroom we saw earlier, cost very little extra plan for now, but are expensive and disruptive to retrofit later. If a home like this has you dreaming about your own build, here's what to actually think through before you start. Start with how you plan to live in the space, not just the total square footage. Consider household size, whether you need a workshop or garage bay, and whether aging in place matters for your long-term plans. Evaluate your lot. Sunlight direction, prevailing winds, and property access all affect how well an L-shaped or courtyard-style layout will actually perform on your specific piece of land. Get quotes that separate the shell, the site work, and the interior finish out as 3 distinct line items, so you're never comparing apples to oranges when you're shopping different builders. And decide early how much of the finished work you're willing and able to do yourself, because that decision alone can shift your total budget by tens of thousands of dollars in either direction. Finally, talk to a local builder or designer before falling in love with a specific plan. Regional labor costs, code requirements, and material availability all shape what a floor plan like this will actually cost where you live. The same design can vary wildly in price from state to state. So there you have it, a $120,000 barndominium that proves the shape of your footprint can matter just as much as your square footage. This L-shaped layout gave the homeowners privacy, natural light, and a clear separation between public and private space, all without paying for a single unnecessary hallway or oversized room. It's proof that a smart floor plan will always outperform a big budget with no plan at all. If you enjoyed this tour, make sure you're subscribed with notifications turned on, because our next Barndo Dreams episode is one you will not want to miss. We're heading inside a completely different kind of build, an O-shaped barndominium wrapped around a fully enclosed center courtyard, and the interior hiding inside it is unlike anything we've shown on this channel before. It's called This O-Shaped Barndominium Has the Interior Nobody Expected, and once you see what's inside that center courtyard, You'll understand exactly why. Thanks for watching Barndo Dreams. We'll see you in the next one.